Hello and welcome. My name is Morgan Migliorisi. I used to go by Rising with Morgan. Now I am going by Creatrix Morg. The goddess has taken me on quite a journey since I last posted here, or since I last posted a reading here. So I'm going to do a quick recap and introduction to myself and who I am and what I do, and then we are going to get into the reading. So I have been doing this professionally, readings, writing, my business for the last almost 6 years, full-time. First, I am the author of 365 Days of Divine Feminine Wisdom, which is a daily devotional for your inner divine feminine energy. It takes you on a journey through the year, utilizing the main archetypes of divine feminine energy, which is the Maiden, Mother, and Crone. Okay, so that is my first book. My second book is Dance with Dusk. It is a poetry collection exploring the unknown, with a focus on themes related to the occult, dark and light, duality in general, sex and life and creativity and death, language. All of that is in this poetry book. So if you are looking for new keys to unlock new doorways in your psyche, these may be for you. I like to describe 365 as my light and dance as my dark, if you are interested in that. I also craft magical oil blends that can be used by applying them. So this one is my Psychic Witch oil. It is intended to strengthen your intuition and to add power to your spell work. So you can wear it when you're doing spells, or you can anoint it. You can anoint candles with it. Details on all of that, places to order, all that are in my link tree. But we're going to get into the reading now. This is the Tarot de Messiah, okay? And I'm feeling the presence of Lilith coming through here. Lilith wants to share a message with the collective. She has been very powerful, or her energy has been very strong lately over the eclipse season. So we're going to see what she wants to say. We have the Cavalier de Coups, which is the Knight of Cups, okay? We have the Knight of Cups coming through. We have the Two of Cups reversed. Okay. And then we have Judgment. Okay. So this feels to me, something has been offered to you, either recently or in the last year, maybe since the last eclipse, solar eclipse in Aries, since we're closing out that cycle now. Something was offered to you. Now, was this a relationship? Could have been, it's some kind of partnership. So it could have been a romantic relationship. It could have been a job. It could have been a collaboration opportunity. But there was something that was offered to you, or an idea that you had, something that you were hoping would bring you fulfillment, but it is not bringing you fulfillment. With this card in reversed here, it is not bringing you fulfillment. So you are being given a wake-up call right now, okay? And that is the message that Lilith is bringing. Lilith is saying that you need to wake up and you need to step away from anything that is draining your energy, anything that doesn't feel in alignment with you, anything that is holding you back from actually finding or creating that fulfillment for yourself. That is what you need to move away from right now. So let's get a little more information and a little more guidance, please, Lilith. Yeah, so we have the 10 of Pentacles here. Okay. There's been a focus on material success, material happiness, strengthening your material foundations. This could be related to health, relationships, could be related to home life, could be related to finances, okay? And we have the Page of Wands reversed, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's just something in your life that is not working. We have La Papesse at the bottom, so that is the High Priestess, okay? So what I'm feeling is you've been so focused on having a specific, whether it's you want things to look a certain way in your physical reality. That's what I feel. I feel like you want things to look a certain way in your physical reality, and you are missing the point. So this could be anything. Just take it as it resonates, okay? But so what I'm feeling is like, you want things to look a certain way. You are very, very, very attached to a specific outcome. And you are missing, like, by sacrificing your fulfillment, that's what you're doing. You're sacrificing your fulfillment to have things look a certain way in the physical. Does that make sense? So let's just say that you're at a job that you hate, but you're making money there, or you think that, you know, oh, if I keep this job just a little bit longer, then I'll finally have, you know, the financial security that I've been waiting for. And then, you know, but it's like, that's what you keep doing though. You keep doing the, and then, if I wait a little longer, and then. And the goddess is saying right now, there is no and then. There is no and then. There is no and then. There is only the present. There is only the present. So baby, if you're not feeling fulfilled, if you are not feeling passionate about your job, about your relationship, about your home, whatever, about your routine, I don't care what it is, whatever it is, if it is not something that feels in alignment with you, if it is not something that's lighting you up, if it is not something you are passionate about, then it needs to go. There is no and then. There is really no tomorrow. There is only today. That is the feeling that I am getting, and that is your wake-up call. So there's going to be a loss. There's going to be some kind of loss. And so let's take a look at that. What is the loss going to be? Well, the loss is either going to be you're going to wake up and you're going to walk away from these things that are not fulfilling you, that do not really serve a purpose in your life other than to drain you, right? Or you are going to continue trying to force your vision, your outcome in places that you've outgrown, and then you're going to suffer. Because that's how this universe works. That's how this realm works, okay? It works by, if we are too attached to a specific outcome, if we are trying to force something that is not meant for us, then the universe is going to come and slap us around until we wake up, until we move, okay? So now, I mean, this is obviously a very, like, it's an intense message, because obviously you can't just quit your job tomorrow. Right? You can't just quit your job tomorrow if you got bills to pay or whatever, you know. You can walk away from relationships, you know, but I mean, you gotta be smart, and I think that's why the papess, the high priestess, is coming through here. Okay? You gotta use your intuition, you gotta be smart. Okay? You have to connect with your deities, connect with your gods. This is why your spirits, your ancestors, this is why Lilith is coming through right now, because she is here to help liberate you from this stuff that you are not feeling passionate about. Okay? So it could be anything. It could be your job. It could be a relationship. It could simply be that everything is fine. Like your job is fine. Your relationships are fine. Your health is fine, whatever. But you don't feel that happiness. Like you feel like there's still something missing. You know, so I think that's another reason why we've got the high priestess coming through here. Like you need to definitely spend some time going within yourself, maybe connecting with Lilith if you feel called to do that. Do some shadow work with Lilith. And you need to really ask yourself, what would make me happy? What would fulfill me? So don't just run wildly into the freaking, don't just jump off the edge of the cliff right now. That's not what this is about. It's not about just waking up tomorrow and quitting your job, waking up tomorrow and leaving your relationship, you know, whatever. Lilith is asking you to go within yourself. She's asking you to join her on a journey for inner work, for shadow work. Okay, and the way that you can do that, get yourself a black beeswax candle like this one. You can't see the flame yet, but it's there. Get a black candle. Though I guess it doesn't have to be beeswax, but in my experience, the spirits do kind of prefer natural, you know, materials. But anyway, get yourself a black candle. Go into your sacred space at night, in the dark, no other lights but that candle. Call on Lilith, okay? Call on Lilith, just repeat her name. Ask her to come join you. Ask her to meet you in your dreams. Ask her to be with you in your sacred space. If you practice divination, maybe pull some cards for yourself, oracle or tarot, and ask Lilith to assist you, because she wants to show you. Maybe you don't necessarily need to leave your job, but maybe you need to have a fulfilling hobby on the side. That way you feel better about yourself and your purpose, and you feel like you're living, right? Maybe you don't necessarily have to leave your relationship. Maybe you need to communicate more with your partner about what your needs are, or maybe you need to have a conversation and make sure that you guys are on the same page moving forward, and that you have a similar vision for your future, right? This is what I'm feeling. It's not about, it sounds like, it feels like that phrase, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay, that's what Lilith is trying to get through to you right now, okay? You have to really figure out what it is that you desire, and then make changes accordingly, okay? So maybe when it comes to family, you need to set some boundaries, right? Or friends, maybe you need to distance yourself from some people who just don't feel in alignment with you anymore. Maybe you need to change your diet so you're feeling better, physically. Maybe you need to get back into your spiritual practice. There's a million different things that could be happening here. But the main message that I am feeling is that you are like trying to convince yourself that you're happy, but you keep like pushing off your actual happiness for tomorrow. And Lilith is trying to break you out of that, and she's trying to make it so that you are feeling fulfilled and happy right now, currently. It's going to take work, but it's definitely something that can be done. Let's just pull some oracle cards, maybe at least one, please, Lilith. Just to close this out. What do we want to leave them with, Lilith? What do they need to be left with today? Your final piece of advice for them, please. Oh, shit. Almost hit the candle flame. Ooh, all right. We have spell enchantment. Yep, see? Take a look at that. So something that's going to be very important is you getting into your spiritual practice. Whether you're a witch or not, whether you're Wiccan, whatever you do to manifest, to help yourself feel better, to align with your truth and align with your desires, whatever that looks like, whether it's praying to your ancestors, whether it's doing candle magic, whether it's doing vision boards, whether it's doing, meditations that you're focused on what you want, whatever it is. Doing your spell work, doing your magic is going to be very important over the next few months as you go through this shadow work with Lilith, as you have this wake-up call. It's going to be very important that you are constantly working your magic, because you want to overcome this battle, okay? You want to stay dedicated to yourself and dedicated to this path. You don't want to fall off it, because then you're going to repeat this entire cycle again, and it's going to be a year from now, and you're going to think about this video, and you're going to say to yourself, shit, I haven't done anything to make myself feel more fulfilled. What happened? What happened? So that's why it's important that you want to try and stick to it at least once a week. Make some time to either do a spell, to write some affirmations, to look at a vision board or create a vision board, to spend a few moments meditating, even just pull up another, a video on YouTube about attracting your desires, anything like that. But you want to stick on the path. You want to stay dedicated to yourself, because this is your life. This is your life, and Lilith is saying you need to be liberated, you need to live your life, you need to have fun, you need to go out there and adventure, and stop worrying about tomorrow, stop worrying about having everything look perfect. Nothing is going to be perfect. There's never going to be this perfect time to do anything, right? You just got to get started and move into it. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you. Thank you, Lilith, for coming through for us today. We appreciate you, we see you, we love you. If you would like to book a reading with me, if you would like to browse my magical oils or purchase copies of my book, the links to do so are in my link tree. And if you'd like to join me over on Instagram, where I post readings more often, and where I discuss all kinds of occult mysteries. Right now we're delving into the red mysteries, okay? And Lilith was coming through with that as well. So you can join us over there. I also have a Patreon where I post readings Monday through Friday and a monthly overview reading every month. Until next time, take care.